y'all. Alright, what I'm going to do is cast on. So here's my yarn. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in there. And then I am going to find my first needle. So as you know, I mark right here, which means that that white one is my last needle. So this right here is my first. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap around my first, behind and front, behind and front, behind and front. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this behind and front until I get to the end. And you just alternate. And when you get to the last one, you want to make sure that you're behind. If I wasn't behind, I would have to go back because that would mean that I made a mistake somewhere. Alright, so I've cast it on. The first thing I'm going to do is I want 8 rows. And if you can see the counter doesn't work. So I want 8 rows. I'm going to put it on medium tension. And I still hold, run it through my fingers like that. So make sure this is down. Alright, so this is row 1, and I want to take it nice and slow because I want to make sure that the needle is catching the yarn, that every needle is catching. And I got to release my yarn. It's got a little bit of tension on it, so you could hear it struggling a little bit. So right now I'm just going slow, just making sure everything is catching like it's supposed to. My last needle. So that's the end of my row 1. And so this is row 2. It goes by much quicker. This is row 3. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to go back just so that I don't have, so I can have a jogless color change. I take my white and I put it with my black right in there. So they're both, so I'm going to put the white in the last needle with where I finished that black. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my yarn through the yarn guide, and then I'm going to start. So I'm going to hold these two right here, and that right there is going to give me a pretty good color change in there. And I just do the 1 knot for now. I will come back to that later once I take it off the machine and make sure that it looks good. And then I'll tie it. So that's 1. I got a knot in my yarn, of course. 8. 9, 10, I have to keep getting more yarn. Oh my gosh, I forgot what number I was just on. Alright, and so there's the last needle. I'm going to go like that. And then we want to do the jogless color change. So I'm going to go ahead and take my new color. And I'm going to go like that. Cut it around. Make sure that goes down. Then I want to be in front of this needle. I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Get some yarn out. And we will begin doing our rows. I get to the last one, I always put my finger there just so that it just doesn't come out. And so that's how we cast off. And then, of course, we'll stretch it all out. Alright, and you always just want to make sure that you stretch it every which way so that all your stitches fall into place. Alright, that is the end of one piece. 7 more pieces to go. Alright, and because this is the last, that was the last color change, I want to make sure that I leave enough yarn. So I normally just try to go around the machine, whether it's this one or the bigger one. And that way you have enough yarn to cast off without having issues or it being too short. And so before I cast off my last color change, I will come back, you know, and I will double or triple knot my color changes. But for right now, I just do one just to make sure it doesn't come undone while I'm doing other things. My last needle, make sure it goes under. And it did. And then that was my last needle. This is my first. The first few, I do one at a time. So that I don't put tension and accidentally pop one of the stitches off. Because then if you don't realize it, your project is going to come apart, and if you do realize it, then you still have to fix the drop stitch. And I like to just take this part nice and slow, no rush. I don't undo the whole thing because I'm not that brave. I don't want to lose my stitches, and I don't want to have to pick up stitches and fix stitches. And so that's how we cast off. And then I have to make another one of these. And then I will come back and I will do all my tyings and all that. But I'm going to go ahead and start on the next piece.